Hi, I'm Season, and you're listening to Touch Grass. Fuck. No, okay, hold on. Hi, I'm Season, and you're listening to Touch Grass and Wash Your Beep.
Back in the early days of social media, things were pretty simple. You log on, you check up on your friends, see what everyone's doing, maybe post a quick update or play a game, and then you jump back into the real world. Those days are all but gone. Today's platforms are not built around people, they're built around content. Instead of being active participants, we're now spectators. When you log in, you don't see your friend's birthday photos. You see a guy in Ohio reviewing scented candles. That's because the algorithms breed the people you actually care about under viral junk and random noise. Today's platforms are about holding attention, not making connections. Apps like Instagram highlight curated aesthetics, and TikTok promotes viral content with strangers. Even the so-called dating apps are terrible for making real connections. Tinder doesn't actually care if you ever find romantic partnership. In fact, they would prefer that you didn't because that means you'll be on their platform longer, exposed to their ads and paid content. The truth is, social media is incredibly detrimental to your happiness and mental health, and it's only getting worse. We're not actually bonding with anyone anymore. In fact, we're becoming more isolated. The connection is all an illusion, but there is a bright side. Despite the divisiveness and isolation of our so-called connected world, there's still one app out there that you can actually do the opposite with. One that can rebuild real relationships and make new connections if you use it the right way. And that's Facebook. Facebook is one of the oldest social media apps out there, but if you care about actually meeting people offline, it's probably the most powerful app available. Facebook's design prioritizes the who and where over the what, and there's several reasons why. For one, Facebook is built around real identity, real names, real jobs, real mutual friends. From day one, Facebook has been about communicating with real people, not avatars, influencers, or anonymous accounts. In the early days, it was a requirement to use your actual name, and you could only friend request people that you had a real life connection to. You had to have a mutual friend, or it had to be someone you worked with or went to school with or something. You couldn't just add a bunch of randos you never met. Things have changed since then, but at its core, Facebook is still the one app where you actually interact with people you know in the real world. And when you're building your network, this is vital. Groups are the best tool for starting communities. If Facebook is your toolbox, then Facebook Groups is the hammer. This is the single most effective element of the platform if you intend to build real-life connections. Facebook groups are the modern digital equivalent of a community bulletin board, a church basement, or a local hobbyist club. Instead of scrolling through random content, you have shared purpose. There are groups for every occasion with a variety of interests: hiking crews, book clubs, neighborhood parents, and a whole lot more. They're the key to everything. Join groups with like-minded local individuals, and you'll quickly create your virtual network that is ready to transition into the real world. You'll meet lots of people quickly, and the conversations turn into real-life plans fast. If groups are the starting point, then events are where the real magic happens. No other platform handles RSVPs, reminders, logistics, and follow-ups nearly as well as Facebook. Even apps designed for real-life meetups and event scheduling lack some of the tools that are built in with Facebook. You can create events, invite specific friends, see who's interested or going, share updates, coordinate rides, and post photos afterwards. It's a one-stop shop for turning online plans into offline reality. Features like hyperlocal groups are designed explicitly for connecting you with people who live within a few blocks of you. This is invaluable for building a local support system, finding a dog walker, or organizing a block party. Facebook helps you find the people within a 5-mile radius who already like what you like. A Facebook profile often acts as a low-friction digital business card. You can see shared interests, past workplaces, and hometowns. This provides natural conversation starters and context before you ever meet someone for coffee. And probably the most important part of the profile are the mutual friends. This is a critical trust signal. Seeing that you and a new connection have several friends in common immediately reduces the stranger danger factor. and provides a natural bridge for an introduction both online and off. Facebook is about meeting real people, not just chasing followers or watching random viral videos of people you'll never meet in person. If you use it intentionally, Facebook can turn strangers into acquaintances and acquaintances into a real social circle. So, how do you do it? How can you use Facebook to build your real-life social network? Well, let's start at the beginning with step 1. Make your profile approachable. You start with your profile. Fill out your About section and treat this as your bio for potential real-life friends. List your genuine interests like hiking or board games or horror movies, and include your professional background and education. This makes you discoverable and gives people reasons to connect. Use a recent, recognizable profile picture. People should be able to spot you in a coffee shop. If your goal is to connect with real people, then what you don't need is a profile pic that's an avatar or anime character. Put yourself out there. Be strategic about privacy. Your profile doesn't need to be completely public, but ensure that the sections that matter for connection, like your city, interests, and groups, are visible to your network or the public. For example, engineer in Dallas, loves hiking and board games, into karaoke and live music. You don't have to share everything, but make sure you share enough. You definitely want to sell yourself in the profile. Now, don't hold back. Now, let's move to step 2. Join 5 to 10 local groups and participate. This is 80% of the game right here. First, you got to find the right groups. Search by location and interest. Dallas Hikers, Milwaukee Parents, Atlanta Young Professionals, San Antonio Social Club, Austin Singles. Find the group that fits what you're looking for and make sure they're active with regular posts and event listings. And when you join, engage authentically. You don't have to jump in right away. Maybe just observe for a few days to understand the group's culture. Once you're ready to participate, start by adding thoughtful comments to posts. Answer questions if you know the answer. As you become more comfortable, make your own post. Ask a question, share a relevant article, or post a photo from a local spot you enjoy. Once you've got to know a few people online, start attending events. This is the key. When someone posts an event like a meetup, a bar crawl, or a Bible study, click going and show up. Be consistent. The more you show up and the more people who get to know you, the more of a player within the group you'll be. Eventually, you may even want to organize the events yourself. Is anyone interested in a Tuesday night trivia team? Or I'll be at Central Park on Saturday at 10 for a walk. Come and join me. And then finally, create your own group. Once you've built a reputation both online and in person, you can mold your social circle even more by creating your own group with your own specific interests and invite friends that you've met in other groups. Invite people who are actual friends. Don't just poach the other groups, as this is disrespectful and it can get you kicked. Being the group creator gives you more power and control over the theme. If you're doing a good job, people will start adding their own friends to your group and more people will want to attend your events. And another note on groups, while most public groups are fine, there are a lot of spam groups from foreign bot accounts that just exist to promote junk, usually crypto. If you're in a group where only a handful of people, there are usually pages, are posting, and your posts are never being approved, then most likely it's not a serious group and you should probably leave. Private groups are usually much better and are almost always run by real people with a real purpose. Groups are made private specifically to keep spammers out. Attend Facebook events. Use the Discover Events tab. Click Interested or Going and then actually show up. Make it a goal to attend one event per week. You only need one, hey, we should hang again to change your life. Be an active event user. Don't just be invited, be an inviter. Your first event doesn't have to be a 50-person gala. Create a small event for coffee and convo with a few new connections from a group, or just say, hey, does anyone want to join me for the farmer's market on Saturday? A simple invite goes a long way. Board games at the park, Saturday, everyone's welcome. Even if only 3 people show up, that's a seed planted. Some of my events were just me and 2 other people, but we still had a blast and posted tons of pictures. By the time the next one rolled around, more people came. From there, it just grew and grew. Try to host something monthly, even if it's just karaoke night, and engage before and after. Post in the event discussion thread, looking forward to meeting everyone. What's everyone reading right now? And after the event, post the pictures you took with permission. If you've gotten this far, then you're well on your way. Just remember that there's one final step. Turn interactions into meetups. Once you've established yourself in a group comment section, try moving conversations to Messenger. Messenger groups are increasing in popularity because people would rather just chat with their friends than sift through the weeds of the main Facebook site. Invite members to the chat and carry on conversations and plan events from there. You may want to remind new members to mute the chat, as it can be annoying if your group is particularly active. Another way to take conversations offline is to use mutual friends as a sort of social lubricant. Hey, I see you're friends with such and such. We're both in the local photography group and I'd love to be introduced. And finally, follow up. When you meet someone from a group or event, follow up. If it was a one-on-one meet, send a message. If it's a group event, post about it within the group. Stay active and engaged because relationships grow through repetition. Frame Facebook not as a destination, but as a tool, a digital facilitator for analog living. It's the modern-day phone book, community calendar, and bulletin board all rolled into one. The goal isn't to get more likes, it's to use the platform to find friends, real ones in the real world. The kind you can call when life gets messy, the kind who show up. Really, it's almost a cheat code. When we started this, we had maybe a couple of friends meet from time to time. At its peak, our events were literally keeping establishments in business. Whether it was karaoke night, movie watching parties, or just bar crawls, we had dozens of people attend, sometimes regularly. Lots of new connections, friendships, and even romantic relationships were formed. A lot of my closest friends today are people that I met through a Facebook group. If you're serious about meeting people and building social circles, this is probably one of the best ways to do that. And I stand by that 100%. Hey guys, that's it for this edition of Touch Grass. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe, but don't just sit and watch internet videos all day. You need to go outside and conquer life because you matter and you need to make every day matter. Now get off the internet and go touch grass.
Until we meet again!